Good evening and welcome to a look at the weather elsewhere around the world. We've had record-breaking heat in Australia for this time of year, and we've now got a very powerful storm across the United States and Canada. At this time of year you do get the warmth developing from the Gulf of Mexico, pushing moisture northwards, but it's still pretty cold across the Canadian Arctic. So where the two meet, it gives us some potency to these low pressures. This Colorado low, probably the deepest that we've seen. Gales or severe gales, force of winds ensue, significant snow over the Rockies, the plains, and then some tornadic activity potentially on this cold weather front. So it is going to cause quite widely a lot of travel disruption, we feel. Then behind it, high pressure builds in and things quieten down. Temperatures recover somewhat in Dallas and Denver. The tail end of those weather systems giving showers, though, in Atlanta until the weekend, and then temperatures dip away behind it. So some chilly weather to come as well. We've had some really nasty showers giving flash flooding around the Durban area, but this is what I want to draw your attention to. It's a cyclone and it's called Denai, and that is going to bring potentially some very destructive weather to Mozambique. It's going to give powerful waves, very high seas and excessive amounts of rainfall, so that will result in flash flooding and mudslides as well. Now that is there hitting through Thursday, but you can see through into Friday and Saturday it's still mulling around the same sort of area, hence the risk of the flooding. And it's already been wet in this part of the world as well, but drier for Johannesburg, drier for Nairobi. But coming off the eastern Mediterranean, you've got another area of low pressure here, so some nasty weather, wintry weather for the Levant and across the northern half of the Middle East. These strong winds further south as well will tend to lift quite a lot of dust in the next couple of days as well. The heat, as I say, has been the story in the southeast of Queensland, and you can see that heat is barely diminishing. We've had temperatures in the high 40s. What we will have here in the next couple of days actually are some pretty lively showers, notably I think for New South Wales, but also for parts of southeast Queensland. And then further north there's a potential for a low pressure storm to develop off the northwest, already a tropical low, and some heavy rain for much of New Zealand, perhaps easing later in the week, then picking up again in Wellington as we head through into the new week. Now, let's head back closer to the UK and to Europe, where we've got more stormy weather to come. This is Gareth, which has given some very destructive winds in some parts of the UK. It's now whistling across into the Low Countries, so there are warnings out widely. Oranges, even the odd red across Germany, and we've got some heavy snow as well to come across the alpine regions here. So we're going to see the potential for some more disruption because of those severe gales across parts of Europe. It's also looking inclement across parts of the Balkans, further snow over the hills, strong and gusty winds around that low pressure across the Mediterranean.